Look at St. Nick go, making his way across the Niagara River last December.
After 30 years, it's part of what I do.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls!
The man in the suit is John Fulton, owner of Fulton Fitness in downtown St. Catharines, but he goes by Surfing Santa.
It was a cold, frigid, cold day in December, mid-December, and it just popped into my head. You know, at the time, I was running a windsurfing school during the summers, and this would be a great way to promote the windsurfing sport. Before I knew it, I was out in the middle of the river on my windsurfer in a wetsuit. I borrowed a friend's Santa suit. A gale just kind of cruised in off Lake Erie, caught me out there, snapped the top third of my mast off, and then ended up on the U.S. side. I got to shore, waited for my crew to pick me up, made my way back to Canada, and somehow got in the news that I was picked up by the police, handed over to customs, and shipped back to Canada. But that was not actually true. I made my way back.
That's when John began to make international headlines.
CNN's been carrying it for a dozen years.
But despite all the attention from the media, Surfing Santa is more than a stunt. It's a way of helping the homeless.
I've always been attracted to causes that are benefiting the most marginalized in society. I've worked with the homeless population in the downtown core. The homeless population is quite obvious in the downtown areas. I know a lot of the individuals that are living homeless or close to homeless, being homeless, and understand their needs.
John began supporting these needs by handing out backpacks full of supplies to the homeless.
We would be out in the street Christmas Day looking for people living under bridges, living in the street, individuals, typically men, that were perhaps turned away from the shelter because they had a fight or were drinking. And the number one need that I found during that campaign was socks. I never had enough socks. They always wanted more socks. So last year, we switched from the backpack campaign to the Socks for Santa campaign, and approached a few different agencies and realized that this is something they don't even think about asking for because they just don't get them.
Last year, the Socks for Santa campaign collected 3,000 pairs. The goal this year is even more ambitious.
We're shooting for 5,000 pairs this year. We'd like to ramp that up to 10,000 next year, and we'd like to see the program spread to other communities.
That's the idea, we've got a motherload of socks here.
Thanks to support from the community, John and his team are well on their way to accomplishing their goal.
McGregor Socks in Toronto, a sock manufacturer, they get us started with 1,000 pairs. We collected a couple hundred pairs during the Thorold Santa Claus Parade last weekend, so we're going to be at 1,200 pairs before our program actually launches. So out of the gate, we have about 1,200 pairs. I think it'll be pretty easy for us to accomplish the 5,000 pairs. We run this program through December, January, and February. By the time February rolls around, it's Santa's long gone, but Socks for Santa will still be chugging along.
On top of the sock drive, Surfing Santa now has its own iPhone app.
If you get a chance, just go to iTunes, search for Surfing Santa, and you'll find the free app. And that app, actually, once you've downloaded it to your iPhone or your tablet or iPad or laptop, you can connect to our website and make a sock donation or a cash donation to the Out of the Cold program.
So where will Surfing Santa go from here?
I'd like to do it for another 30 years if I can pull it off. That'll put me at about 35, right? 40?
In St. Catharines, reporting for The Source, I'm Brendan Sylvia.